It's Madden NFL 24. And up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Seahawks and the 49ers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Up next, a good one in the NFC West and a wild card rematch from a year ago, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where they set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Third down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, highly decorated out of Stanford, Kevin Hogan.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage, and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Williams. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their third in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Wilson. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 2. Throwing again here, Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Now Montgomery running right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Kirby Joseph there to drop him. Second down and 6 now. Again, they'll go Brown with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the side.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On second down, Montgomery. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Folks, kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Dom Maggio out to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Williams to return. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series.
They go play action with Wilson.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Now Wilson. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
David Montgomery with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. As they've got it as we resume action.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From the gun, it's Wilson.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
There's Wilson to throw. Working the middle here. That's complete to Sample, the tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Seattle.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This now a 3rd and 4.
Here's Wilson.
Quick slant, Dotson.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Here's Wilson.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
This out quickly to Williams.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
And they'll give here to Charbonnet on the option.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Hogan now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before it's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Hogan. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Niners have 3 and 9 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On the counter, Mitchell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he returns this to the 22. Well, Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And quickly, they get to the line.
5 yards on the pickup. And this is
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Short pass caught by Henry. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. To throw again is Wilson. Open man down the field is Henry. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Now Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. Jahan Dotson as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hogan. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here is 3rd and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Hogan. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
From the gun on third down, Hogan. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw on third down, Hogan. That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off play action. Hogan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
13 more yards. That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. With career touchdown number 60. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Across midfield to the 48-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Start. Offense.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Shifts by him, and he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Receiver in there to get it for a loss, and then also to 4th down.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Let it sack. That's really doing today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And quite a 3-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to sprite long.
And you know who's really excited about the special teams coach? We trust him. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners of
And he's down left side. It's a foot race. Field almost to the 40 before being taken. That one good for 30. So the big play gets him across the field now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll Johnson past the 30, almost to the 25. Only a yard on the 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to make this one. When you run him in short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Play setting it up down at the 18-yard line. There'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and the trend is continuing.
Now Jay, field goal try. 7. The kick by Elliott is within 10. So the 3 points there and CD that a bit closer.
Yeah, you see go on the board. You're happy to take.
Williams now on the return. And they will wrangle a couple yards shy of the 30.
Basement. Defense.
They were trying to create space with the penalty.
You work on it so hard. Simulate it and runs you into a penalty.
So a big penalty there. 1st and 10. Williams, a man left. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And that, he never had a chance to turn. They'll go backwards right away. 3-yard drive. Look to make that up and then some. Second and 13. Throwing is Wilson. By Henry. And he's able to get this one closer to midfield across the 45. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Play action. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from that, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And tough to win games if you go field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be
because as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. More pressure for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel
bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now, hang on, we got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First down, here's Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Hogan. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Ventrell Miller, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a 2nd and 6.
At the 41-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. A give. This is Montgomery. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 5. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Folks, kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Hogan. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hogan now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Back to throw again. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Will Anderson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Hogan. And he's got his big tight end here. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
Touchdown, 49ers. Dwayne Eskridge, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Elliott good on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Henry here.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And off comes Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Down to a knee, and the defense, they can't stop that clock. A couple more of those, and it's going to be victory.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. On the carry, it's Montgomery. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away.
Folks' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now the Niners down by 9, 30 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. On first down, Hogan. Connecting with Johnson. Able to get this all the way out close to midfield, just what the doctor ordered on play 1 of this drive in crunch time. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets to Hogan, and he goes down on the sack. So the victory here for Seattle. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 at 7-6, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.